Hi, I'm Mindy Stern.
And I'm JD Cargill.
And I'm Michelle Abrego, and this is
Friendsome and Then Some.
We're three besties that met 20 years ago in the local news scene, and we thought, why not have a podcast all about friendship and midlife?
Why not? We are wildly friendly and love each other. We have different opinions, but it's all met with love and humility and honesty. And, you know, we hope you drive away with some fun life hacks and some entertainment, that's for sure, because we are...
Friendsome.
We're midlife. Excuse me, stepping on my lines. What kind of industry have you worked in? Friendsome and Then Some.
There you go. Excited to see you guys. I haven't seen you in forever.
Feels like forever.
Feels like forever. And I could not be more excited about our guest today because
Holy crap.
I haven't seen him in forever either.
Epic.
But was such a big, big part of my life and my television life and my joy. This man it brings pure joy to me whenever I see him. I just want to do a happy dance, jump behind, a wall. You know how?
Well, let's just bring him on, and then we can tell everybody about all his details and accolades, because there's a lot.
Plenty of it.
He's a big dude on campus. Lawrence Zarian.
Yay! Welcome, Lawrence Zarian. Fashion guru, author, expert, television's favorite fashion expert on KTLA. I see all the time, and probably a lot of other places
and my
too.
Pookie.
And Mindy's personal Pookie.
Kelly and Ryan. I mean, the list goes on and on. The Hallmark Channel. I mean, he has his own show. He's all over the place.
I know you
Lawrence.
Okay, so here's what I find so interesting.
I love it. Already has insights.
Is that we all sort of started together.
Yeah.
You know, we were the class of.
Yeah, we are.
2010.
And when you guys were creating Friendsome and Then Some.
I got yelled at.
Hold on.
Oh, really? Really? Do you want to join us? We have room. We can put another people. You're so busy.
I had to beg Michelle Abrego to get on the show.
Hey, if you haven't heard, there's only room for one gay at this Friendsome. Okay? And here he is. Just kidding, Lawrence. We have to tell people our history for just a second, because we did all start at KTLA 20 years ago. And back then, Lawrence, you're exactly right. He was coming. We're all fresh-faced, bushy-eyed, bobtailed, and ready to tell people about the world of fashion.
Yeah,
we had new car smells.
Yeah, you had. And LZ saw that new car smell. I'll tell you, I was a Hyundai. Lawrence was probably a Rolls Royce. Give you a little bit of perspective.
I mean, Lawrence was so much part of, I think the most fun part of the Oscar broadcast that we did was working with you when we would get together and we would do all the fashion stuff and you would come in and be this expert. And I just, even you are such a big deal now, but I remembered you just being like, okay. I'm really excited about it. I mean, I want to make it right. I want to do right. You were just like, you were this bundle of nervous energy. Like, is this okay? You think I'm going to, okay. Didn't you have it was just.
What was, I'm going to take all the credit. No, I'm just kidding. But I produced.
No, look, let me say this. Michelle, you get a lot of credit, and also so does Mindy, because we were all very much together. And I will say, Mindy, I'm still the same person.
I know.
I still have all of that energy and that enthusiasm.
I love it.
And Michelle, you were very instrumental in keeping me there on the show. This business in Hollywood is all about relationships, and I still, to this day, cherish some of those moments. I mean, I remember the first time I ever did an Oscar live telecast. It was with Sam Rubin. I was up across. I was on the bridge.
You were on the bridge.
I remember that.
I'd never done it before. And every commercial break, Mindy, you called me and you said, "Stop saying spectacular. Stop." Know my head from my ass. But you held my hand. Like, you held my hand.
I feel that way, actually.
I mean, you held my hand.
You did so. You were like a bright, shining star. I was
Who knew
so
that Mindy Burbano was running a middle school for wayward homos trying to break into the media industry? She was just handing out like leashes to all of us because she was pulling us up.
Well, listen, I will claim Lawrence. Mindy claimed you. She wouldn't let anybody come near you.
Nope.
And we had a funny joke because Lawrence, we were talking. He's like, "Why didn't anybody try to set me up with JD?" And I was like, "Well,"
I said because JD wanted Gregory.
Yeah.
Guys, at that time, I was a little low rent. I wasn't like JD.
Never.
Lawrence,
I was JD.
stop.
I was all over you.
Please, all you had to say was
the clock.
hi.
Lawrence, I was all over him too. And then I
You know
found
what?
out.
That's absolutely ridiculous, Lawrence. But what is Gregory doing? How is he these days?
He's
Gregory-
engaged. He's engaged, so back off.
Okay, good.
And also, Gregory is nominated for a Daytime Emmy Award.
Shut up.
The series. And here's what's interesting. He plays a twin.
No
Do you
way.
think they would have called me to play the twin
What?
brother?
Did
No.
they?
No.
No.
He plays both.
He plays
characters.
both.
Okay.
Actual twin.
About somebody that never, ever gives up. And yes, we can have other people believe in ourselves, but if we don't believe in ourselves and fight,
Mm-hmm.
what are we fighting for?
Right.
You know?
Well,
Wise
one of the
words.
things that we're being silly and talking about new car smell and just how much we love and adored each other. But we made work fun. We made it friendship. But along the way, we were finding out about ourselves.
100%.
I will never forget. We're going to go there, LZ. We were about to do a fashion show at KTLA, and he was so heavy that day. Like, I could tell something was so heavy on his mind, and I could feel his energy. And he pulled me off to this. We had this warehouse studio where, remember that off studio from
Yeah,
the set
yeah,
where
yeah.
you just
Oh, yeah.
put everybody,
Okay.
it was like the non-green room,
Yeah.
but for all your prep stuff. And he pulled me aside in that room. I'll never, ever forget this, Lawrence. And you came out to me. And it was a big moment. And for me, I knew it, but I didn't take that moment away in the sense I knew the gravity of it for you energetically and that you wanted to release it. What was that day for you like? Because I'll never forget it. And it wasn't my coming out. It was yours, but I'll never forget it.
It was a different time. I was still trying to figure out who I was in this business, and I was still trying to figure out who I was. 25 years ago when I started doing almost 25 years ago when I started doing television, it just wasn't discussed. Your sexuality was something very private and very sacred.
Right.
And I really fought it every step of the way. It was such a struggle for me. And first of all, it's my sexuality, and nobody should ever betray it or share it because it's mine to give.
Yeah.
I gave it to you, Michelle, because you love me and it didn't matter where I was and what that was about. And I will never forget that precious moment. And it's interesting because that was so long ago, but for the first time ever on my social media on Instagram, I wrote for Pride, my name is Lawrence Zarian and I'm gay.
Oh, that
I've
is so
never-
powerful.
I've never done it. And as JD will attest, it's a different time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we don't
Seize the moment.
not even seize the moment, if we don't sit in who we are right now and say, my name is Lawrence Zarian and I'm this, and this. Oh, and by the way, I happen to be gay. And mind you, this wasn't a choice. A choice was me at one point in my life thinking
You
the
could hide
best
it.
choice would be for me to not be here and take my life. And God had a different plan for that. I didn't choose to be gay. So when there are so many people that are judging me and condemning me and crucifying me, it's not a choice to lie. It is a choice to steal. It is a choice to betray. But my sexuality wasn't a choice. I was born gay, and it's a long road
Yeah.
for somebody to own. But if I can say it and another person can live and embrace their life and have 500,000 Michelle Arregos love them for just being themselves,
Aw.
then do it and say it and own it.
And here I thought you were just trying to get out of dating her.
Get out of what?
Getting out of dating her. That's the other reason gay men come out to women. Listen, honey,
Another
I hate to bring
friend
this
zone.
to you, but I am a full-fledged homosexual, and this is
not
not
my
going to
thing.
happen.
Well, that's what you said when Mindy said, "Hi, I'm Mindy." When
Hi.
you first met, and he
Oh, yeah.
said, "Hi, I'm gay." Like
So
back
just-
the Freak off, sister.
Wait, where's Mindy's?
Stop it.
Where's her fangs?
Yeah, Mindy had fangs when she saw JD. But no, in all
Both of them, they're
seriousness,
so
Yes,
cute.
it is a moment, and it's not something I will never forget. But like you said, we're in a different time, and God willing, this next generation, we can step into who we are more freely and not have those fears that we're sacrificing our career. I mean, people
Right.
lost their jobs.
Oh,
People still
fully.
are. But you know what? Everyone's coming up and stepping into the light. And so our kids and our nephews and cousins, second cousins, can be who they are and be more free in their relationships. And I know you wanted to talk too about another
Let me
big...
just say this. What happens in my bedroom, it's in my bedroom. And unless you're there, it's none of your business.
Damn straight.
Oh, damn it. I really wanted
I mean,
to...
unless you're
Can
propping
I
off
be
a
in that-
webcam.
Now, mind
No
you,
one's
I probably wanted all of you to be in my bedroom at
one
point.
Well, that's a whole nother episode. We can arrange that.
Indeed, didn't we make out once? Did we make out once?
No, we never did.
Well, no, I made out with you at my wedding, which
I know.
was weird.
Oh, I know. Oh,
And-
wait, were you talking about? Yeah, we did make out.
And at
And
her
then-
wedding, you
at
and your
Mindy's
brother
wedding-
motorboated me. So we had some wedding moments.
I remember
I
that
got
boat
that
ride. It was bumpy.
Those
Hey.
are some of the best moments and pictures. Mindy,
Yeah.
that wedding was
Off the
epic.
chain.
That
Yeah.
was incredible.
It was epic.
I've got great photos of you guys.
I remember from.
Look at these.
I think you were an usher as well, right, Lawrence? We were ushers together.
No, I remember looking at Gregory, and I was so upset.
we need to do a timeout right here because
Totally
There's a
unaware.
photo-
I
there's
had-
a photo of me looking at you while you're looking at Gregory. And I was very upset about
here's
it.
why this is so crazy to me.
No, this is interesting.
My memory
loving
of
this.
this time of my life, of you and your brother, and you in particular, was that I was just nowhere near your league. Like, I thought of you and your brother, like, you guys were runway models, fashion models. Like, you had gone down this whole, like, you know, I was a little boy from Barstow that came
Yeah.
into LA and was so scared all the time. And the first several years of my career, I genuinely was like, just please don't, no one notice. No one notice I don't belong. No one pay attention to, just like, I'm going to sneak through. But I remember that time in my life thinking, like, there's no chance. I couldn't even be friends with you guys because you were too cool. Like, that's how I thought.
Isn't
that
that
funny?
Yeah.
something?
That you had a totally different opinion of history.
I know. And that's how I felt.
think, JD,
genuinely.
honestly, you had an unawareness of how gorgeous you are.
yeah.
And number two, you were kind of, new at coming out yourself.
Oh, yeah. That's probably part of
Very
it,
and,
too. Yeah.
and so you were
intimidating.
self-conscious. So here's Lawrence's story being attracted to you like, hey, look at me. And you were more so in your head, but he thought, oh, you're not paying attention to me. But you were just like trying not to be seen
That's exactly right.
Wow.
and didn't know how gorgeous you
Can
are.
I just add one thing?
Please.
One of my favorite moments ever was when I called Mindy and I said, hey, sweetheart, there's a show opening up at the Amundsen. It's called Martin Gare. And I want us to go down to the theater and I want us to do like a segment together, a package together, because my ex-boyfriend, Hugh Panaro's in it, and I haven't seen him since. So if we could somehow go behind the scenes and do it, and you said yes. They put us into hair and makeup. It was a great segment. And because of you allowing me to do that with you, that opened up the door for Hugh and I to be reconnected again. And now he is one of my closest friends.
I love that.
Beautiful.
See?
Yay.
People
See?
like people that you love connect you with love in your life. Like, if you think about it, like, surround yourself with love because that is going to set the stage for love.
You attract more.
Exactly.
And can we shift gears about what's going on without you knowing what's going on? Like the stories and the layers of friendship, that what's going on in your life, we don't know what's going on, but yet we're so connected.
Right.
So one thing we were talking about, Lawrence, I was trying to get you on the show thinking, oh my gosh, I don't want to bother him. Like sometimes I
Right.
feel like all sheepish, like I don't want to bother my besties and my friends that are super busy living their best life. Cause
Having
like
fabulous
I
lives.
don't
Yeah,
want to
like,
use that.
Take out an
like-
hour for friends,
Yeah.
and then some.
But Lawrence, we were talking about the topic of sobriety. And one thing that we went backwards to, and I have photos of it, is we had a huge Sex and the City deal, me and Lawrence, and it was bigger than the morning show. This was a whole event that was on the rooftop on Hollywood Boulevard. Every sales exec from all over the country flew in for this because KTLA had just gotten the rights to the syndication of Sex and the City. And it was huge. And Lawrence Zarian was the guy who was leading this live fashion show on a stage, on a rooftop, open to all these big executives, and we were launching Sex and the City on the channel. And I threw the party, I produced the show, and I produced the segment. Can you take me back there? I know what was going on in my head, but you catapulted me to a place that I never knew was going on for you.
It was probably the darkest place in my life. I was really struggling with my addiction. You know, by the grace of God, July 29th, I will have 15 years of living a life that is clean and sober.
That's beautiful.
Congratulations.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And I was in such a dark place in my life when I was doing that fashion segment. I was in trouble. I was really in a lot of trouble, and I loved having something to do because what I was doing was slowly killing me. And I remember that Sunday, I had hit a very dark place. It's called the rock bottom. I hit a rock bottom. And then you asked me to style it. So that Monday and Tuesday was slowly pulling me out of the darkness. And then that Wednesday, I had dinner with Gregory. And by so many moments of God's miracles and God's grace, I was able to plant some seeds. And then that Friday was when I went to camp. I call it camp. And camp sort of saved my life. And, you know, you're right, Michelle, you really don't know what somebody's going through. And, you know, again, at that time, with my sexuality and with my addiction, you didn't talk about it because what would happen if you actually saw me and knew me? And now, almost 15 years later, I'm at this place where this is who I am. You either like me for being gay, you either like me for the journey that I've had, because that is a part of my past. That's not who I am right now, or you don't. And what you think about me is none of my business.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's powerful.
Why
what
it's some
you
powerful
think
words.
Of me is none of my business.
It's so true.
We spend all of our life trying to make other, you know, it's like going to the same hairstylist. You never really like the haircut, but you still go because you don't want to hurt somebody else's feelings. Why not share your truth? If something comes from a place of honesty and integrity, we're not responsible for how it lands. All we are here in this world is to be kind, polite, honest, respectful, genuine, and come from a loving place. I didn't love myself. I couldn't look in the mirror and like what I see. And that is an inside job. I don't blame my parents, but I have forgiven my parents for the childhood they had and for the tools they were taught,
Right.
and for what they chose to do at certain points in their life. And none of it, what I have realized, none of it had anything to do with me.
That's right.
No, that's beautiful. I mean, it really is. When you think of what your parents had to do and how they raised you, they did the best they could with the tools they had. And if they would have known better and had different tools, they probably would have done better. But it's just their journey, and you just happened to come into that, and we're all broken, you know?
And what parents were equipped to handle some of the issues that we were bringing to them? You know, like I always say that when I think about
my mother. I'll tell you this quickly. My mother was born during the ravages of World War II. My father was born in a third world country. Then you bring them together and have kids. They didn't have tools to have kids. They didn't have a reference to do it differently. But people hold on. I blamed them for everything. And then you realize as you walk down a different road, as you put the sword down and stop fighting, oh, wait a second. It had nothing to do with me. They did what they were taught, and what they were taught wasn't great. Now, my dad did great things. My mother did great things. And why am I going to spend my life? Why do people spend their life blaming something that happened so long ago? It's done.
Right. That's
Mindy,
beautiful.
you have beautiful kids, and there are things that you're doing that are amazing. There are other things that you're doing that your children are going to say, Mom.
I know. Trust me, they already do.
But you and Glenn did what you thought was best in that moment.
Yep.
You know, my nephews, Alexander and Christian, say, well, why is Daddy mad? And I'm like, well, are you a daddy?
Oh, that's a great question.
Do you have a roof over your head? And they say, yes. I'm like, do you have food in the fridge? Yes. Do you have a mommy and daddy that loves you? Yes. And I'm like, you know, sometimes daddy gets stressed because having a house, having a roof over your head, having food sometimes takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
So, you know, daddy just tells you things, and sometimes you might be stressed, but daddy loves you.
Oh.
Because that was never taught to me. My father didn't know how to do it differently. So if I know how to do it differently, now I teach the kids, it's not about you.
What a beautiful steward of, you know, love you are to these children. What a gift. That is such a gift.
Look, I don't want to live in the past. The past happened. And in the past, I was an addict. And in the past, I was living in the closet. But I mean, this is, you know what I say, and you ladies, all three of you.
Yes.
Yes. I hate that. As a gay man, I hate when another gay man calls another gay man a girl or a lady.
I don't. I'm like 75% woman. So bring it.
Okay. But, you know, the one thing on a red carpet is it's a couture gown.
Right.
One moment, one event, one person. We're all couture.
Yeah.
God's creation, one person, one silhouette, one lifetime. So why not live, you know, why not live your life? Why not live your life as beautifully as possible?
Oh.
I love that.
This is so beautiful, Lawrence, to catch up with you and to hear these pearls of wisdom.
It's nice
I mean,
when hardship and struggle can deliver you to a place of peace and joy in your life. And it looks like that's where you are, and that is a wonderful thing. So I'm really grateful.
And I love the fact I'm going to move the lighting. I tried to get the perfect lighting.
It was absolutely perfect, and then it changed. There you go.
Like a true gay man.
Here's what we also do in life.
Lighting.
As we get older, people show you who they are.
Yes, they do.
Pay attention, especially now, because we're living in very unique times. Pay attention to who those people are, and then you get to decide who you want in your life. And I love the fact that the three of you have stayed connected. You've been on this journey together, and it's beautiful to have watched, to have witnessed, because social media does keep us all together. And the three of you are all individually amazing. Mindy, watching you raise your children. Michelle, watching you raise your children, because your kids are going to come to you and say, Mommy, I don't understand what happened there. Please help me. And then you get to say to them, you know, Mommy did this because of. You know, it's a very interesting journey that we are on. But I get to watch what amazing parents you both are. And JD, it has been a joy to watch you become the man that you're meant to be.
Look at Lawrence coming on and giving us I think we're on Lawrence's podcast. This is amazing. I feel a lot of love here.
You know what it is? Easy to be confident when you're Lawrence and you have kind of gone through the hell and come out the other side. Because what do you have but a great story to tell and a life that has been sort of earned? Like you earned your happiness. You know, I feel that way sometimes. Like if you think about it, we are not preparing our children for the future if we do not let them suffer sometimes.
They've got to have moments.
They have to
suffer.
have that. And my pain is no different. Lawrence's, we all have it.
We all have it. We just have different forms of it and different. Like I say, we're all the phrase is we're all in the same storm. We're all in different boats, and we all are just trying to float and keep afloat.
What are you going to do with your storm?
Yeah,
that's the question. Like,
are you going to put up a sail, or are you just going to sit there and let it take you? Are you going to steer the rudder? Are you going to put the oars in the water? I mean, we all have a choice on how we do that. And I always say, you don't learn through all the happy times. You learn for the pain.
Yep.
Pain teaches us and
right.
helps us grow. And you have had a beautiful journey. And I'm so honored to have been part of your journey. And I'm so happy that you've come back into this world. And you're part of our Friendsome.
Yay, our Friendsome.
So now what? Where can we find you now? Like, where are you now?
Well, I'm still doing Home and Family at the Hallmark Channel.
Yes.
Because of the no, can I just tell you how great it is? You know, I'm still the person that I was when I first started this business. I really, really, really like getting to do something that help women feel better.
Beautiful.
So at Home and Family, we are 2 hours of live to tape television, and our viewers are so instrumental in what we do. So when they say to me, hey, Lawrence, I'm looking for the perfect shorts, I will seek, I will find, and I will style shorts for women of all shapes and glorious sizes, different ages, different ethnicities, because I'm like, you know, women come in all shapes and beautiful sizes. Why not shop and find things for everyone?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Yeah, but Lawrence, honestly, we're talking about 20 years ago. He celebrated curves way before it was trendy.
He found
Way
he
before-
would help me find gowns that accentuated him in the right places. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, and he knew
damn.
about
He knew.
shapewear before that was even a word. Shapewear. I mean, he has always celebrated the female form, and Lawrence, I swear,
God, I love you,
You have
Velvet.
my heart. Oh my God,
Oh,
Velvet.
Velvet.
He calls me Velvet.
Hey, Velvet.
Do you want to tell them why you call me Velvet?
No.
Oh my God.
I'll just
Join us
say
for the
when-
live
when-
Facebook
I
watch
made
party.
Lawrence blush.
Why does
I
he
made
call you
Lawrence-
Velvet?
When you think of the word velvet, you think of soft and you think of smooth.
Mm.
And you, Orego, are like velvet.
Like a fine whiskey, darling.
I think of Elvis.
Velvet Elvis.
A Velvet Elvis
Lawrence,
painting, and
you're the
she's
only
also a
person I've ever
superstar.
told
I
that
just
story
want to get
too.
caught up now. Hold on. Mindy, we know where you're at. Michelle, I know where you're at. So, JD,
Yes?
who you dating?
What's happening? Uh-oh. Actually, I will say that some of those painful past moments did deliver me to a very happy place. And so I am currently in a wonderful relationship with a man I love very much and have for several years, or a
love
couple
that.
of years.
I know, it's such a great, it's been
And
a beautiful
we're
journey.
talking about stuff now, you know? It's scary. It's scary. I'm 43. He's not. A little younger. And so we're talking about family, we're doing that stuff, but I appreciate the question, Lawrence, because I know it comes from a place of love. And I'm giving a happy report by now, but always with the understanding that, all of us, our emotional balance and our happiness in a moment and psyche is constantly fluctuating. And it takes that work of being present and all the things that you said during this really incredible interview that, just putting yourself out there in the most authentic, real way, as scary as it might seem at a certain point of your life, look at us, listen to us. It is not going to be that scary forever. And it was that way of thinking that I think finally opened my heart up to love. And so now I have
And
it.
let me, first of all, I am so happy for you because I think
Thank you.
I really do think you're an amazing man.
He
And
is.
I'm so happy that you're in this place. The game changer for me when it comes to relationships is Gregory and his relationship now. And it is such a joy to watch what this is because my ex-boyfriend, he loved me, but he didn't like me. And I didn't realize that until we weren't together. And he saw me, he would look at me, but he never saw me.
Oh, that's a big.
And those two things are so fundamental. Gregory's relationship, they love each other and they like each other.
And they see each
And
other.
they put work into it when it's needed, but it's not work. And to me, a relationship isn't a full-time job. It is celebrating who somebody else is. And I won't settle for anything less than what they have.
That's beautiful.
I won't either,
love that.
honey.
I love
So
that.
LZ, can you and I do a part 2 maybe, and you and I have some hidden cameras on first dates and see how we do?
Oh, let's do it!
You want me to be on the show again?
What?
Now you're a regular.
You're now part of our friendsome. You have to
You have no choice.
You know what? We're gonna create a segment. Just you're always gonna be part of it. That's
Yeah.
just if you're available, you're here. How about just
But
that?
I do like the idea of us doing a whole Michelle and LZ out on the town. Let's send a secret camera out.
I mean,
on
we
their
set her up a Tinder
first
account.
dates.
That was hilarious.
yes.
JD set up a Tinder account for me
That
under
was
an
funny.
alias name. They're always
She's
trying
very
to
active.
encourage
She's
me
still
to
very
get back
popular
out there.
Vivian.
in the Deep Valley.
Yeah, my name was Vivian.
Close to Velvet.
Exactly.
That's Velvet Vivian.
Velvet Vivian is here for
Velvet
you,
Vivian.
gentlemen.
It's her porn star name.
Velvet Vivian. Hey, wait. This is a good one. Velvet Vivian Zarian.
VVZ.
VVZ.
I like that.
First of all, wait.
In my dreams.
So on a fashion note, are you wearing navy shirt right now? Because we're all in navy. You notice that?
No, I'm wearing black.
Okay,
I love that.
Well,
No,
just
we
like
are
we're
all in
all
navy.
like
And
we
can I
showed
just
up.
say how
The
It's
talent.
so
it's
amazing.
not fair, Mindy, but JD and LZ, they
know.
like go backwards. They
I
look
know.
freaking hotter
Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
than it's just ridiculous.
What are
The
you guys
pictures.
even talking about?
I'm gonna
Oh,
go.
God.
Okay, here, as you see,
Okay,
the
okay.
Instagram photos of these hot guys,
Yeah,
and they
look at them.
age so much more.
We have so many
gracefully
good
than
photos. We're
we
gonna
do.
throw 'em.
But
Look at
I
'em
love
all.
you, LZ. I know you
I
gotta
love you,
go.
and
We
let me just
love
say
you.
this. Let me just say this, JD. I'm very happy for you. It is nice to see you
thank you,
again.
Lawrence.
Oh,
You too.
And-
Absolutely.
Mindy and Michelle.
my Pookie.
I say this.
Love you.
I say this from the bottom of my heart. The two of you never looked at me differently, whether I was gay or straight. And the two of you, because I was so new in the game, just made me feel like I mattered. And the two of you have such a big home in my heart. So please know that.
Aw.
I
Always.
love you.
Me too.
Oh,
I share that sentiment.
Michelle, we're
See?
Damn it. Love you, Pookie.
Aw,
Thank you
so
for joining
sweet.
us today.
Thanks,
Friend
Lawrence.
some and then some until the end.
Until
Yay!
the end. Yes,
Thank you.
I
And you're
love
part
it.
of the friendsome
Yes,
now.
forever.
Friendship so hard will make your toes curl. Welcome to the welcome to our foursome friendsome. Our foursome friendsome. I love it.
I love you,
And
Lawrence. Thank
love
you
you
for
guys.
coming. All right. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you for joining us on YouTube, Friendsome, and then some on Facebook and Instagram.
Anywhere
and
you get your
please,
podcast,
anywhere.
you can download.
iHeartRadio and
And
Apple.
every Tuesday we have a live watch party on Facebook, Friendsome
Yes.
and Then Some, 2 p.m. in California time.
That's
Join
right.
us.
We'll talk to you
Yeah.
soon.
Love you.
Welcome to the
Yay.
Friendsome
Thank you. Thank
with
you,
love.
Lawrence.
Have a great day.
Woo.